I shall honor our agreement, Kareem, if you bring me the orb. But return to me again empty-handed, and I'll bathe the starways in your blood.
Guys, Mad Alliance. We survived Avengers Infinity War. So, okay, I'm going to start off by saying everything that you saw, everything that you saw in the trailers, you can't trust the trailers anymore. This is going to be no spoilers. That's not me spoiling what happened in the movie. I'm just saying things that were in the trailer was completely switched around. Dialogue, actual scenes. You can't trust the trailers. For now, for me, the trailers for the movies are just going to be kind of like, something, just a little fun thing to watch, in preparation for the film. But after what Marvel Studios has done with these trailers and then the footage in the movie, you cannot trust their trailers anymore. You absolutely cannot trust them. And this isn't spoiling anything because I'm not saying specific things that happen, but a lot of things that people expected to happen happened. Like, I'm going to do my spoiler review later, but I know some of you probably want a non-spoiler review for those who maybe haven't seen it yet. But a lot of some things that people predicted would happen in this movie, it happened. And it happened on screen. It was no off-screen thing. This is another thing. This movie was dark. This movie was brutal. This movie was depressing. And I'm not trying to make that out to sound like it was a terrible film because it wasn't. I'm just saying all those themes were in it from the get-go. Like, how would you describe the tone? Think about what happened at the very beginning.
It was dark.
When,
It was definitely... They definitely showed that they can do darkness.
yes.
Because people are just making jokes about Marvel's all just like funny games, family-friendly comedy.
What?
But they really showed everybody in this movie.
And people were saying, oh, but that's just in the Netflix shows. The actual movies aren't dark. Watch Infinity War. Watch Infinity War and tell me that. Watch Infinity War, then come back and tell me that the MCU is family-friendly funfare. Okay? But, yeah, from the get-go, it was dark, it was brutal, it was sad, it was depressing, you have not felt this in a Marvel movie before. You have not, okay? Winter Soldier, yes, it was more serious, but no, not like this. Not like, in terms of villains, I'm not spoiling anything. I'm just saying, in terms of villains, Thanos was different. Thanos was different in a lot of ways. I'm not going to, I have to keep saying it because I want to let you guys know I'm not spoiling anything. Thanos showed emotion. Yes, villains showed, no. Thanos showed different levels of emotion. Okay, I'm not going to get into what I mean by that. But you remember the one scene where Thanos knew that a certain something had to be done for a certain something to be given? You remember that? Yes. You remember what he did?
Yes.
It's exactly. The emotions that Thanos showed were real emotions. When he explained what he was trying to do, he sounded crazy. He sounded crazy. It's like, in one way, it's like, yeah, I get what you're trying to do. I get that you want to do this way, but this sounds crazy. This is genocide. You're psychotic. Thanos, he was psychotic, but he thought what he was doing was the righteous thing to do to save humanity. And, because he thought that, from one point, it's like, yeah, okay. But another point, this dude just sounds crazy in the head. And this has some of the best action ever, I think, actually. Choreography for everybody was on point. In some films, it's like, okay, the choreography for this person could have been better. There were better choreography parts for that. No, in this film, each person, main characters and side supporting characters, all the choreography, all the action, all of the fights were 10 out of 10. Were 10 out of 10 amazing. And there are two scenes. A scene with let me think how to explain it to you to where you can understand what I'm saying without spoiling it. You remember when a certain someone went a certain mode after he made what he needed? That moment, he said it completely changed his thoughts on the character, didn't it?
It did. He's still not up there though, but yeah, I like him way more.
This was one of the best scenes in the movie. I can't spoil it, but you are going to like this character a lot more than you did before. Once you see what this character does in this film. And also, how do I explain this to you without spoiling it, but letting you know what I'm talking about? Remember when a certain someone advanced from point A to point B? Like, You thought it's something that happened in Civil War with a certain character, a certain scene. It happened with a certain someone during Civil War, and we were like, holy crap, this person is it's something that happened in Civil War. It happened again in Infinity War, but this was nuts. When I saw this character do this, what part was it that I gasped? I don't know if it was that part, but I do need to talk about the part where I gasped. I don't think this would be spoiling it. Would it be spoiling if I...
Yes.
I'm not going to talk about how it happened, but I'm just going to say, it happened. And everybody knows it's going to happen because it's been in promo and stuff.
But still.
So can I talk about, how I was the first time
some people haven't seen the promos, though, so some people I know. Some of the people that haven't seen the promos, it would be spoiling it for them if they didn't see the movie.
He makes a good point, so you'll just have to wait till I spoil it.
Not everybody looks at the promos, because I ain't gonna lie, I didn't look at all the promo stuff. I looked at a lot of it, but not all of it.
What else? I was saying about the tone, there is a specific scene near the beginning, not the very beginning too, but my heart sank at its... Okay, you remember the scene where 4 characters were talking and then something started happening and they had to take care of that issue?
Yes.
You remember that? My heart sank during seeing everything that was happening. It was dark. It was what was happening in different areas, how the atmosphere looked, how it felt. It will make your heart sink. This was the darkest, most depressing, most saddest MCU movie ever. There was a lot of fan service. There was a lot of Infinity Gauntlet comic fan service. I can't get into what that is, but that's all I'm telling you. When you go into this, there was a lot of fan service. Just think of fan favorite moments that happened in the Infinity Gauntlet comic. They happened in this movie. Now, regarding the Soul Stone, should I even talk about that at all?
No, because
I don't think I should talk about the Soul Stone at all. I don't think I should. But
it won't be like huge spoilers because a lot of people probably already have the idea. But
thinking about that scene, I'm gonna say a certain character that has been a huge mystery in the MCU makes an appearance. We finally see this certain character again. And it is an amazing, tie-in to all these years wondering what happened to this character. We see this character shows up, and it's amazing. The ending is gonna lead. I'm gonna say this. I cried at the end. I'm not lying. I swear to God, I'm not lying. And I've never cried in a movie before. I've never cried in a movie before until this. At the end of this movie, I cried. The theater was just in awe. The ending was sad. It was kind of mellow. The ending just left people like, oh my God, this actually happened. This actually happened in a superhero movie. Like, did you expect that ending?
No.
I can't get into...
I expected certain points of it to happen, but not everything.
You are going... Well, I don't know about you guys, but I cried at a particular scene near the end. The way it was executed, it was so sad, and I started crying. I felt myself. I started crying. And what was it was it something about Thanos? Well, I do want to talk about this though. The CGI, top notch. What would you say this has had the best CGI in any MCU movie so far?
10 out of 10.
I'm not saying this off of
the whole movie overall, not to give every single movie a 10 out of 10, because that's not the case, because I don't give every movie just a 10 out of 10. But this movie was seriously 10 out of 10. Like, there was nothing wrong with it. There was nothing wrong with it that made it deserve a 9 out of 10.
There was nothing wrong.
9.5.
I've never given a film a 10 out of 10 besides the Avengers. No other film I've ever watched has gotten a 10 out of 10, I don't think. Avengers Infinity War gets a 10 out of 10, and Avengers Infinity War is my new favorite movie ever. Avengers Infinity War beat the original Avengers. Nothing has beat the original Avengers for me as my all-time favorite movie. Avengers Infinity War beat the Avengers as my favorite all-time movie. That says something. Okay? What else? Without getting into spoilers, because I have a lot on my mind, but I'm going to save it for the spoiler review. Well, yeah, the CG... besides just being top notch, like Thanos, the Black Order, all of the CGI. I want to talk about a certain character's CGI compared to another movie, but I think it'll just be spoiling. But the CGI was outstanding. It was outstanding. People who were like Thanos, they looked like they were there. And speaking of Thanos, when you see what he does in this movie, you like something he did to a particular two people and a certain big person and a certain cosmic related person that he had to do something to get something.
You know, I know what you're talking about, right?
Just making sure.
I mean, I saw the movie too.
And what he almost does to a certain character, just you're not gonna, when you see what other villains have done compared to what you're not gonna believe what Thanos did. You're gonna be like, oh my god. Oh my, this guy, you wouldn't believe the stuff he does. You wouldn't believe it's in a Marvel movie. And I'm not one of those people who say, oh, the MCU is like a kiddie playground. I'm just saying we haven't seen anything like this in an MCU movie. We haven't seen anything like this. Okay? You haven't seen anything like this before. The end credit scene. This isn't a spoiler, I don't think. Should I talk about?
No. Huh? No.
No?
Because if people haven't... Well, actually, no, because they tweet out about it all the time and stuff about... Well, they don't really tweet out about it, but other people talk about, you know, how many. So yeah, it won't really matter how many, but you can't, like, actually say parts of the scene.
So I could tell them how many. There's only one end credit scene. I will say that now. And it's at the very end of the movie. Like, you have to wait until all the credits are gone. It's at the very end. Two certain characters show up. I'm not going to say who they are, but two certain characters show up once again. And one person contacts a certain person before a certain something happens. And you gotta stay for it because it confirms a certain someone. That it was awesome. It was awesome. I think that's about it for everything that you expected to happen, happened. Everything that you expected to happen, happened. And then on top of that, a lot more stuff happened that you didn't even expect. It's like, okay, I knew that was gonna happen. And then it's like, oh my god, I didn't expect this. I didn't expect this to go on. So much crazy stuff happened that you wouldn't even believe. I think that's about it, though. I've talked about all like the general stuff I wanted to talk about. Is there anything else you want to comment on?
No.
All right, so this does it for our non-spoiler review for Avengers Infinity War. If you still haven't seen it, you need to get yourself to a theater to see it. We're seeing it at least 2 more times.
For sure.
So, yeah, this pretty much does it. If you enjoyed this video, give the... What's my outro? You see, my mind's messed up right now. I'm still off of, craziness and hype. Links to all my social media will be down below in the description box. Smash the like button, share this video with anyone you feel enjoy. If you are new right here, you like what you see, tap the subscribe button and ding on the notification bell to join the Mad Alliance on our journey to 100,000 subscribers. My name's Joe, aka Mad Joe FC.
I'm Gabe, known as Dreams Addicts. Hit me up.
Both hope you all have a marvelous day. Mad out. He's still not going to do the outro with me in my videos. Mad, strong, together.